Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for Premier League live match review on a very interesting, positive, crazy day, but sadly following a rather dead Premier League game. But hey, take the positive because I wasn't sure what mood I was going to be in after this game. I wasn't even sure how I was going to be able to do a football game review after how the last couple of days have went. In the end, things have gone positively. Chelsea are on the verge of withdrawing from the European Super League, which of course is very positive. Man City have already made an official statement regarding that, albeit Chelsea were still the first ones, shall we say. But then Chelsea also played against Brighton tonight, and you could just see in the entire team, we were tired, we were lethargic. They looked mentally and physically exhausted. And to be honest, I'm not even sure we can blame the team. Like, there was very few, if any, decent performances. Everyone was pretty damn poor, to be honest. And we held to a 0-0 draw. And that was somewhat fortunate because, Brighton hit the post. Brighton missed an absolute sitter with Adam Lallana, but Chelsea had like one real chance in the entire game, and that was Kai Havertz in the first half. Like, the first half was better, but you could just see the second half. We got more tired. And it was really tough. But today is still a positive day because we as Chelsea fans, the football community, especially in England, we won. We saved football. Some of you that might be watching this right now went to the protests outside Stamford Bridge. Some of you were the people that Petr Cech came out to speak to. And we saved football today. Chelsea were the first ones to really kind of, not 100% officially, but it came out by BBC journalists, were basically working on withdrawing from the European Super League. And that, triggered a domino effect. Man City pulled out, reportedly. Atletico Madrid will pull out as well. Barcelona will put it to a fans' vote. Ed Woodward, the Manchester United vice chairman, has resigned. Like, crazy things happened. But obviously, we're mostly here today to talk about Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. Let me just quickly finish out a tweet here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this right now, I really do appreciate every single one of you that is tuning in. If you are new here, please be sure to subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated. We want to hit 125,000 subscribers as soon as bloody possible. So make sure you subscribe, smash that like button if you're happy that Chelsea is not in the European Super League and that realistically the European Super League at this point will not be happening, at least for the time being. Who knows what the future will bring, I suppose, right? But for the time being, that's that. Subscribe to my personal channel, to which the link is straight in the title. That'd be massively appreciated if you could do that. Just literally click the link in the title at Loudons Vescally. Subscribe to my channel. That'd be massively appreciated. Would honestly mean the world to me because I want to hit 10,000 subscribers and I'm getting ever close. I also quickly want to shout out our sponsors, Kit Bag. If you want to get any football merch, use the link down in the description below and buy anything you fancy getting, whether it's any of the new Chelsea kits, whether it's any training gear, whatever else you fancy, just go down below and use Kit Bag for the best deal. And, check that out. That'd be massively appreciated. But, now let's get into the game. Let me see what you guys have said in the comments. But Perez saved football too. Oh, yeah, maybe he did. Reece James looked so poor. He don't know how to play one-touch football. Players look tired. Now, he does know how to play one-touch football, but today they were poor. James was poor. Matt doesn't work in a pivot. Matt does work in a pivot, but not today. Don't count today as, a fact. Don't count today as every game will be like this. Do you know what I mean? Not every game is going to be like this. But let's talk about a lot of different things because there are a lot of different things to talk about. I don't know why I look so orange today. It's a bit weird. I have the same settings as I always do, so I don't know why that is the case. I do apologize for it, guys. I do apologize, but there's not much I can do about. I can lower the color intensity, but it doesn't really help anyone, does it? So let's just move on. See now, okay. Now, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, what you need to do is not overreact. I see things like sell Mount. Pulisic was dreadful. Pulisic was dreadful. So angry, could have been above Leicester City FC. Don't be angry. Hey, you need to understand this was a difficult time for the players. This was a super difficult time for the players. Really difficult. It's not easy to be told, you might not be allowed to play for your national team. You might not even be allowed to play in the Premier League anymore. Obviously, if you thought about it, that wasn't necessarily true. And that wasn't necessarily ever going to happen. But still, you might have been scared of that. You might have definitely been scared of that. And I think it would be understandable if they were scared of it. And who knows how they slept? Who knows how things were? They were stuck on the bus for 45 minutes because obviously the Chelsea protests were taking place at Stamford Bridge and that held everything up. It wasn't ideal. Even the kickoff was delayed by 15 minutes. So things weren't ideal. Things 100% were not ideal. By the way, guys, if you have any thoughts you really want to share with us, do use the super chat function. Smash the like button. That would be massively appreciated, honestly. And one other thing, please hit the notification bell button so you don't miss any of our future streams and videos. That would be sick. Let me quickly, before we talk about the game in detail, let me quickly get up the lineup that Chelsea went with today, which was this. And surprisingly, Kepa Arrizabalaga stayed in goal. But other than that, there was a lot of rotation. The back three was Christensen as the right centre-back, Zuma as the central centre-back, and Rudiger as the left-side centre-back, with Thiago Silva being somewhat has a knock on his back, obviously had to be subbed off against Man City. Azpilicueta just getting a rest. Reece James remained a right wing back. Jorginho remained in centre mids, but no N'Golo Kante and still no Mateo Kovacic, still out injured. So, it was Mason Mount dragged into the pivot today rather than Billy Gilmour starting. Alonso started left wing back, and then a front three of Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and Kai Havertz. But it just didn't click. I mean, at the start of the game, we weren't absolutely horrendous. We had one or two moments. The biggest chance we had in the first half through Kai Havertz when Mason Mount, I think Mason, played in Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech actually didn't get a real hold of the ball, but the ball then ended up falling to Kai Havertz, and he took a shot, but sadly the goalkeeper managed to save it. Or was it a block? I'm not 100% sure whether it was a block or a save, but he just hit it way too much down the middle to bother the goalkeeper much, in all honesty. Like, what can you do? What can you do? It was what it wasn't. We had Brighton under control for the first 10-15 minutes. They pressed us very high, more so than you would probably expect from a team in the league position of Brighton. But, it's what Brighton do. People underestimate Brighton drastically on a consistent basis. They're a good football team. They're a good football team and shouldn't be underestimated, in all honesty. Because, like I said, they're pretty decent. But obviously, we played around it all right. Jorginho was decent. Mason Mount struggled a bit in that double pivot, but the back three did okay as well. But we just couldn't get it right in the final third. Pulisic was off. Ziyech was off. Havertz had only one or two decent moments. Reece James looked tired. Alonso is Alonso. Like, we were struggling. And then to make things worse in the second half, it got even worse. Not only did we create even less, but to make things even more drastic, we also started making mistakes. Zuma with an absolute howler that allowed Adam Lallana pretty much a sitter on goal, but thankfully dragged it wide. And then a couple of minutes later, Jorginho with an absolute howler losing the ball in a position where he shouldn't. And that led to Denny Welbeck taking a shot from just outside the box, I think, and hitting the post. Nothing Kepa could have done about that. And thankfully, one of our defenders was able to block the rebound shot. Yeah, I mean, it was after we made some substitutions, which is, we changed for the first time in a long time, at least according to what Callum Hudson-Odoi showed on his hands when he came onto the pitch. We changed to a 4 at the back formation, which is not something we've seen in a very long time. Pretty sure since, but I suppose we played the 4 at the back when we were a man down against West Brom, but that didn't exactly work out either now, did it? But properly since the second half against Barnsley. So we made a double substitution in the 67th minute when Callum Hudson-Odoi came on to replace Marcus Alonso and Timo Werner came on to replace Kai Havertz. And like I said, Callum Hudson-Odoi showed on his hands 4-1. Can't do it. 4-1. 4-1. It's not that difficult, Loz. With Reece James moving over to left back, Christensen basically playing right back. And then you had Hudson-Odoi right mid, Pulisic left mid, and then you had Jorginho, I suppose, is the deepest, and midfield 2 and Timo Werner, I suppose, half up front. It wasn't really a 4-1-4-1, but hey, that's what Callum showed, right? It wasn't a 5 at the back anymore anyway. It wasn't a 3 at the back anymore, that's for sure. We then made one other substitution as Olivier Giroud was brought on for Hakim Ziyech, but nothing happened really. Ben White got sent off in the 92nd minute for a second yellow card. Fair enough, but it was too late for us to do anything, and we just weren't good enough. Today. Everything was too slow. There was no movement. I mean, I know Jorginho and Zuma made 2 howler mistakes, each of them, but they were also both the best players, aside from those 2 mistakes. Especially Zuma, I was very happy with, aside from the mistake. He was the only one that actually played passes to cut through Brighton's lines and actually opened half opportunities for us. The front 3 usually bottled it then. But he was the only one creating those. Mason Mount, one or two, but in general, passed backwards way too much. I mean, in the first half, Jorginho turned into prime Iniesta. He was dribbling through 3 Brighton players, spinning left, right, flick-flacks everywhere. He was doing a madness, Jorginho was. But again, he had a good game until the mistake. Same as Zuma. Well, they were good again after the mistake too, but it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there, guys. I'm telling you, it just wasn't quite it. But, you know, we need to talk about a couple of other things. Yeah, exactly. No Super League. Chelsea fans did it. That's exactly the comment. That's what we need to talk about. Like, again, it is understandable that the team were in despair. You could see so many players came out with statements today. Little too late, in my opinion, after Chelsea was starting to pull out. That's when more and more players started to come out. It's like, great, I'm proud of you, to be honest. But hey, it was what it was, better than nothing. There was a statement by Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but I'm not 100% whether that was a real statement or not. Since then, Jordan Henderson has come out. He's also called an emergency Premier League captains meeting, which should take place tomorrow. I'm not sure whether that is still necessary now that Chelsea and Man City and hopefully the others will pull out as well. But you know, things were happening. You know, Jordan Henderson posted things as well, making it clear they are against it. James Milner yesterday, when Liverpool played, made clear they are against it. Same as Jurgen Klopp. Pep Guardiola today in his press conference was very clear, even though we'll find out more in literally 6 minutes when the embargo for his press conference ends. So it was interesting. It was an interesting day. And then obviously at 5:30 UK time, Chelsea fans turned up at Stamford Bridge. Or was it 6:30? No, it was 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 UK time, fans turned up at Stamford Bridge to protest. And it was a good protest. My favorite banner was a banner that said, we want a cold night in Stoke. Brilliant. Big fan of that. And it ended up in Petr Cech actually coming outside and talking to the fans. I'm not sure if there's a picture of it. I'm not sure. Or see, that is the banner. That is the banner. It's a brilliant banner, in my opinion. That's not what I wanted to show you. But anyway, like that is a brilliant banner. Brilliant banner, if you ask me, to be honest. But Petr Cech came out. Petr Cech came out and spoke to the fans, said, calm down, you know, relax, give us time. Give everyone a bit of time. He also said to get out of the way because you're holding up the bus. I'm not sure whether he was talking about the team bus or whether about the official buses that were stuck on Fulham Road, but team bus was delayed in the end, so maybe it had to do with that too, right? But Petr Cech, an iconic picture in my books, absolutely iconic picture, basically came out and said, give us some time. 30 minutes later, the BBC reported that Chelsea were pulling out of the European Super League. Petr Cech, forever saving football, forever saving Chelsea Football Club. What a man he is, And hey, you can criticize the fact that Chelsea joined the European Super League in the first place. You can certainly criticize that. But it takes balls to be the first one to leave. And Roman Abramovich had those balls. And people that were going against him, people were saying they're selling our soul. I mean, yeah, it wasn't great that we joined initially. But he came through at the end. Same with Bruce Buck. Same with obviously Petr Cech, Marina Granovskaya, and Roman Abramovich at the helm of it all, of course. And it needed to be done. It needed to be done. And in the end, it was a good day. You know, I've never seen football fans be as united as they were today, you know, all over the world, not just in England. Obviously, in particular in England, although you saw Chelsea fans, you know, trying to, we hate Tottenham and that. But, you know, there was people in Man United kits protesting with Chelsea today, obviously, because Man United fans are all from London, but, you know, fair dues. I had on Twitter a lot of Spanish speakers, you know, quote tweeting my tweets, talking about how jealous they are of English supporters actually going against this, while in Spain, half of the supporters seem to be for it, half the supporters seem to be against it. At least that's what those people on Twitter say. I don't know whether that's actually true, right? Yeah, to be honest, by 0.16, the game killed the mood. Yeah, it did. And like Melinda said, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my personal channel, the which link is in the title, at Lounge Vescoli. Subscribe to it. Help me get 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. It would honestly mean the world to me. But what else can I say? It was a long day. To be honest, it was a long 72 hours for me. It was a long as, or was it 48 hours? It's Tuesday. So it was a long as 48 hours for me. I'm telling you that. Obviously, it all started on Sunday afternoon, even more than 48 hours, 52 hours, whatever. It started on Sunday late afternoon. Sunday evening, it was all announced. Yesterday was batshit crazy. Today was even more batshit crazy. And then the protests happened, and we actually did it. And I am super proud of football fans. I don't even want to specify to just Chelsea, but I'm super proud of football fans, how we all came together and worked together to go against this because we didn't like it. We went together, we united, and we showed that football without fans really is nothing. Because when the fans weren't on board, and I'm giving myself goosebumps talking about this, because when the fans aren't on board, no matter how much money is involved, you do not get it to happen. And this was even made more difficult for the fans now because of the global pandemic. If we weren't in a global pandemic, this wouldn't have even ever gotten this far. But again, to bring it back to the football game today, this of course would have had an effect on the players. Of course it did. Look at how tired they were. But not just that. We also just played a Champions League quarter-final against Porto the last 2 weeks. We played against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final and worked our bloody socks off to beat them and get to the FA Cup final. And only had from Saturday evening to Tuesday evening, of course. And that was then hampered. Those recovery processes and times were hampered by obviously what happened all surrounding the game, right? So, crazy. But people weren't good today. It was very interesting. I touched on already. Kepa was in goal. Didn't do anything wrong. You know, he looks more and more confident in my opinion. Rudiger didn't do anything wrong. Christensen didn't do anything wrong. Although I will say, I think it makes a difference. You can see now why Aspie plays right centre back all the time. Because it does give us more. Christensen tried, and this is not a dig at Christensen in the slightest. You know, the AC penitentiary, the AC hive is real. But Aspie gives us more in terms of opening play. He really does. Zuma tried his socks off. I know he had a couple of mistakes. I get that, and they were poor. But he was still the only one that actually played passes that did anything. That did anything positive to this team today, aside from maybe Jorginho. Mason Mount, even though he's played obviously in the double pivot for England a couple of times, he seemed to struggle today. He seemed to go backwards way too many times, and whenever he played forward, the passes weren't great with a couple of exceptions, and he also had a howl of a mistake which almost led to a huge Brighton chance, but thankfully Zuma was able to, I think it was Zuma, was able to clean up for him basically. Alonso. Reece James looked slow today. Pulisic was weak. Pulisic had poor first touches. Ziyech couldn't control a single pass. And Havertz had one chance and didn't take it. Other than that, was not really involved. But of course, one extra point, like James in the comments just said, did take us to fourth place. Did take us ahead of West Ham, who of course lost against Newcastle on the weekend, or the same day as we played Man City in the FA Cup. So we're now level on games. I don't actually know. Anyone please tell me in the comments, do West Ham play a midweek game or not? I'm not 100% sure, in all honesty. I am not 100% sure whether they will play a midweek game or not. I just see what's happening here. All right, here we go. Yes, here we are. No, okay. West Ham don't play. So we're just fourth now until we play them next Saturday. That's a big game, you know. We need to recoup. We need to recover. Thankfully, we have from Tuesday until Saturday now. Recoup, recover, get fit, get ready for Saturday. We absolutely have to, guys. We absolutely have to get fit and get ready because it's a huge game. No Super League means top four actually matters, ladies and gentlemen. Top four actually makes a difference. Yeah, West Ham lost 3-2 to Newcastle, but that was on Saturday, obviously. Top four matters. So we need to make that happen, right? We need to make that happen. But of course, we have Real Madrid next bloody Tuesday. So it's still not easy. It's still not easy. We're in a difficult situation. Which is why we had to rotate a bit today. Maybe we should have even rotated more. Well, but maybe we would have lost then. But, you know, it's just difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, I really do appreciate it. I know the game was boring. I know it's late. I know we all had a tough couple of days, an emotional couple of days, roller coaster, from getting angry, from being confused about what's actually going on, to getting angry again, to getting almost desperate. Is this really happening? To having this super delightful, happy moment today in the afternoon, just before the game, when it was announced basically that Chelsea were going to withdraw from the European Super League. To then having this game, this was an absolute bum and didn't make anyone happy. I'm yet to see any comments by Thomas Tuchel post-game. I'm yet to see any comments by any of the players post-game. I hope they speak out against it, not just let the board do what they do. Speak out against it. Thomas Tuchel hasn't so far. I wasn't too pleased, to be honest, with Thomas Tuchel's comments so far. I think he could have done a bit more personally. I understand why he might be a bit worried in this position at the club because he's a new manager and, you know, he's only in a short-term contract, and I get it. But still, especially today before the game, he seemed more annoyed about being stuck on the bus for a bit longer than happy about the situation. So I hope he, made up for that in his post-match interview. I really do. Defensively, we were good, but attacking-wise, I mean, we weren't even that great defensively, to be honest. I mean, Brighton hit the bar. Brighton had a sitter that Lallana just missed. Obviously, there were only individual mistakes, sure. But yeah, no, it wasn't great in any part of the game. I mean, Brighton were also a bit scared of us, hence why their attacking wasn't as good as it usually was. In the second half, they were like, Chelsea are dead here. So let's just do what we need to do. And that's what they did. And fair dues to them, to be honest. That's all I can say. Fair play to them, because they did what they had to do, and they tried to get better. They even scored. Not scored. They even nearly scored. Ziyech can't control the ball to feet. No, he can't. He really can't. That's been a problem. What a disgusting performance today. See, there's no need to use words like that, possibly. There's no need to get negative like that, to get down like that. Just take the positive. Today is a positive day. Sunday could have been a historic day for football, and a historically negative day. Today, you could argue, was a historically positive day. Let's see how long it lasts. You never know. Super League might happen in a few years' time. When they think it through again, when they make it a bit more logical, when they explain it to fans what they want to do, and it makes more sense, because obviously like this, it's stupid. But today's a positive day. Today's a positive day. So let's not try to not get bummed down by obviously what happened in the game. We can still make top four. It's still all in our hands. We need to just beat West Ham on the weekend and everything's good, basically. But obviously, we need to do that. Hopefully, the players can recoup. Hopefully, the players can sort themselves out. But I would like for you guys to please put in the comments what you want me to discuss, because, I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I want for you guys to put topics across that we can talk about together. And if you want to make sure that it's your topic or question that I choose, do use the super chat function. That'd be brilliant. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Smash that like button if you're happy that Chelsea are not in the European Super League anymore. The European Super League will not happen and will not go ahead. Or if you just want to cheer me up after that game, please smash the like button. It would be massively appreciated. Subscribe to my personal channel, to which the link is in the title. Just click my name at Laurens Vescoli, like it says over here. Just click it, get to my channel and subscribe, and help me reach 10,000 subscribers. LC says substitution selections were pretty bad. He clearly didn't want to bring Kante on, it seemed. Was Chilwell on the bench, I presume. So he probably didn't want to bring Chile on either. And then how many other people do you have? Obviously, usually when he would have switched to a back four, he'd have Aspie to play right back rather than Christensen. Or, you just, if Chilwell was on the pitch, you put Chilwell back to left back and just take one of the centre backs off or whatever to change the system like that, and push Reece James or whatever into right back. It was difficult today, but none of the players were going to do much today. None of the players. Giroud came on. He couldn't do any link-up play, which is what I constantly criticise. But today I'm not going to be harsh on that, because today everyone was poor. It really was poor. Yeah, Chelsea fans say football. Let's be honest. We had lots of possession, but didn't create much or score from all that possession. No, we were just poor today. Thank you for the question or the statement by Fantastic Hovian. We've got important games ahead, like the Real, West Ham, City, etc. Yeah, of course. Like, it's big times coming up. We play. Let me think. West Ham on Saturday, Real Madrid on Tuesday, Man City on Saturday. Man City we play Fulham then we play Real Madrid second leg on the Wednesday, and then we play Man City on the Saturday in the Premier League after that. It's tough, it's tough. We've got tough fixtures coming up, so I'd rather we took a little rest today, at least got a point, and we'll kick on from here. Kept a clean sheet again. Kepa kept the clean sheet again. Big up to him. West Ham vs Chelsea for top four. Who would have guessed? Yeah, who would have guessed? That's true. We couldn't beat Brighton. We can't beat West Ham United. Bro, that's not how football works, John. That's not how football works. We just beat Man City last Saturday. So that means we're not the best team in the world. So we can't beat West Ham. It's not how football works. Man played too deep. Man did play too deep, but seemingly Thomas Tuchel didn't want to play Billy Gilmore. Didn't necessarily agree with it. No, not really. But I understand why he didn't play Kante, and then if he wanted to put Mount in there, I get it, I suppose. James saying tactics were questionable. Today it looked like Jorginho was playing a lone CDM late second half. Of course he was. We changed to back four. We tried to win the game. It's not necessarily questionable. He's just trying to. Players probably had a lot to deal with emotionally today. Not just today, the last few days, and that's why I'm not harsh on them, to be honest. Havertz should have scored that shot that he took in the first half. 100%, I agree, Ashraf. I really do agree. Players couldn't focus on the game today because of news drama. Not sure about focus, but they were clearly exhausted. Like, that's why we were better in the first half than the second half. You could see the players got tired. The players got exhausted. It was not fun. It was not fun to watch. It was not fun for them to play. It was super obvious. It was super obvious for everybody. Max asking, Lawrence, thoughts on that this game, that this wasn't the game for Havertz? Got bullied by the big Brighton centre-backs. No, Giroud wasn't great, but didn't have long and should have had 90 minutes. I disagree that Giroud should ever play 90 minutes. He isn't physically capable of playing 90 minutes. Should he have started? Maybe. give some experience in a tough situation, a tough moment that, the team and everyone was in today. Maybe you can make that case. Maybe you could, but it's a tough one. How about Ziyech combo was terrible. Didn't work today, that's for sure. Chelsea needs to focus on the Champions League. The most this season, disagree. We need to make top 4 as well as focus on the Champions League. Unless we're going to win it, but you can't bank on that. So we still need to focus on the Premier League. Are we going to give any credit to Brighton? Because we weren't great, but they were quality. I'm not sure about quality. We made it super easy for them. I respect the comment, Philip. And they were good, especially the first 10, 15 minutes and maybe in the second half. But we didn't do nothing. Like, all we did was pass around the centre-backs and the DMs. That's all we did today. We didn't get it to the front 3, and when we did, they had poor touches that made it super easy for Brighton to steal the ball back. And then Brighton didn't really attack us until we made mistakes in the second half. So they weren't that great. Fair play, you get Haaland in. Hey, I agree, Max. Go on then. Yeah, but on the transition, we looked so vulnerable, literally 3 versus 3. Second half, sure. But that's the risk that you take. That's the risk that you take. Sometimes you take that risk, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Who was the best player for Chelsea today? That's a really difficult one. Who is my man of the match for Chelsea? Christensen, maybe? I mean, in terms of actually performance, I would say Zuma, then Jorginho. But they made individual howlers, which were just real bad, so I'm not sure I can actually pick them for man of the match. And then maybe Christensen, Rudiger, one of those two. Everyone else was just too poor. We didn't take as many shots today as we could have. Oh, we never do, bro. Waiting for Chelsea or Chelsea players to speak up about European Super League. Well, it is reported that we will release a statement, that the club will release an official statement in the morning, like Man City did a couple of hours ago, even though it's happening. But, let's see. Brighton second half, very good, but we let them in like that. Yeah, exactly. Have you heard the rumors that Barcelona and Atletico staying in the European Super League, and we're still having doubts, apparently? The way I heard it wasn't doubts over leaving, was just, it's not 100% confirmed, but we're leaving. Trust me, guys. Nothing bad's going to happen from this point. We're going to leave. Man City have left already. Manchester United have lost their chairman. Ed bloody Woodward is gone. There's rumours that Juventus chairman Agnelli has left as well. Atletico Madrid will apparently pull out. I mean, maybe something has happened which I've missed because of the game, but I don't think so. I personally don't think so. Maybe Rudy and Christensen, Mason Mount was so off due to his new position. I mean, you can't even mention Kepa, but he didn't. Did he actually? We made one decent save from a Lallana shot, actually. That was a decent save, but yeah. Should Werner against West Ham? No. Honestly, do you think we'll get top 4? Yes. All of our players, ball control is poor, shows lack of confidence, and tired. That's what it shows. Tired. That was such an awful performance. It was. It really was. Melinda cameo anytime soon? Doubt it. Maybe on my channel. We'll see. Again, cheeky plug. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to leave this anytime here soon. Not a lot of people here today, but hey, it's to be expected. It's very late. Even like for my local time, it's like 11:40. It's nearly midnight. For you guys, a lot of you guys watching from the UK, it's even nearly 11, right? It's been a long couple of days. I understand it. But again, if you are here and you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated. Hit the like button, subscribe. That'd be sick. Talk about a couple of other things. Mount midfield didn't work at all. He left Jorginho alone in midfield. He did. But to be honest, like, that's what you get when you put Mount there. Yeah, could have put Billy there, sure. But Mount has done the position well for England. So I just think Mount had an off day as well. Should Szoboszlai start against West Ham? He was poor when he came on too. I don't really know. I'll think about this later. 39 likes only. Come on, guys. Smash the like button right now. Let's get to at least 50 likes right now. It just needs 11 of you guys. Go down below. Smash the like button. It doesn't cost you any money. Barely cost you any time. And because Chelsea saves football today, make sure you turn up the like button from a boring grey to a lovely blue colour. Because blue is the colour. We save football today. So, this day will go down in football history. Latvia. 0-2. No. I don't even know how to call that time in words. 22-1 in the morning. But I didn't actually know Latvia was on a different time zone, so appreciate that information. No room for Super League. No. Are we out of Super League? Not yet officially, but it's happening. Hope Kova comes back. He's really missing this midfield. I do agree with that. I hope he comes back soon. What did no to hate mean? It's no. No to hate is movement that Chelsea started against discrimination, against racism, against anti-Semitism. A brilliant move and what's the word for it? Project by Chelsea Football Club, which even on a difficult day until the positive news came out, should still have been highlighted. Chelsea do more against racism, anti-Semitism, discrimination, and hate in general than 99% of other clubs in world football. So we have to applaud Chelsea for that, and that's what the no hate on the chest meant. No COVID, no party. Well, pretty sure we had a party against Man City on the weekend. But, of course, against the Brighton, he was missed. 100% he was missed. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it here. I really do appreciate those guys of you that did tune in today. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. No to Super League. We say no to Super League. And Chelsea say football today. Chelsea fans and football fans, especially in England and all over the world, say football today. Thank you, Chelsea fans. Big ups to everyone that, did their part. We move upwards and onwards onto West Ham. Let's recover, let's recoup, and let's get the dub on the weekend. Thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time. No, I'll see you when I see you. This is the wrong intro. I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you.